Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper, and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper. Woo! Woo!
Second week in a row, Cheech. The applause at the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me, as always, I have to introduce him first, man. He gave me the applause. We have the beautiful producer, Cheech. Cheech, have yourself a round of applause. We're just going to go back and forth applauding each other. That's going to be the whole episode. We're not going to cut to Danny or Michelle. And Jeff is just going to be watching the whole time. No second half. Joke. Joke on everybody.
I like the applause at the beginning. I think that's going to be a pretty normal thing.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Also joining us back from her week away, we have Danny Kaufman. Danny, it's wonderful to see you.
I am so happy to be back. Also, I did listen to last week's episode. You guys can go fuck yourselves.
I don't even remember what we said.
I don't either specifically. So yeah.
I mean, I got a general idea, but
yeah, so rude. But I'm back, and I'm happy to be back.
Good. We're see that you're back. And also joining us, the one blonde we love having once a month. We have Michelle from Pittsburgh Foodie Girls.
Hey guys, how are you?
Michelle, we're so happy to see you because not only are we happy to see you because of always, but because this time you come bearing gifts. We have some Bloody Marys.
The cutest.
So cute.
fucking
Yeah,
really.
hold yours up, Michelle.
Little charcuterie stick.
So cute.
Pepperoni's roll stick thing.
Such cute.
Meat
I
stick.
think you're talking
I
about
was trying not to say meat stick.
No, I'll say it loud and proud.
What's
I ate
meat
Danny's
stick?
meat stick
You did eat
earlier.
my meat stick.
Meat sticks.
Yeah,
It was good.
Fantastic. Cheech, hit the rundown real quick. Thank you. Sponsored by Danny's Meat Stick this week.
Oh my god, guys.
We are here.
Recognition.
We are here from 565 Live in Bellevue Speakeasy and Stage. Stop down on Thursdays occasionally for comedy. Stop down on Thursday this week for music. Stop down Friday, Saturday. They always have live music as well. Super cool place. And they have their outside open now. Cheech, do you see the pictures? Danny, you see the pictures of that?
I didn't see the
I'll have to
pictures.
show you. Or I guess you walked through it earlier.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It looks
Guess-
nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's back.
But when it's all lit up and open, it looks a little
Yeah,
bit
I
different.
haven't seen it in use.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. I'll have to show you a couple pictures. But we have our rundown. We have Beer of the Week. We're going to talk to Michelle about her top Bloody Marys around Pittsburgh. We have our second half with Jeff Michaels. He's a filmmaker. He's done music videos and photography and a bunch of stuff I want to talk to him about. And then we have the new news with Danny Kaufman this week. Hopefully she can live up to the standard Adam Nighting put up last week.
The bar, very low. So I think I'll be alright this week.
Adam was awesome, but that sucked. It's so hard.
My
for him.
twinsy let me down.
I thought he did great. I thought
No.
he wasn't...
No.
There were some tough words in there.
You know, like
Robert
they
Zemeckis,
and
if
that.
you don't know
future.
that all the time, I don't know.
You know, really hard words.
Yeah.
News.
I thought he's a nice boy and he did a good job, but
New news. You have to say it twice and put an S on the second one.
hey man,
That's a fucking lot.
yeah,
It's a
well,
hard job, but you know.
somebody's got to do
He
it.
was good.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's see. We have opening thoughts. Cheech, can you hit the video if you'd be so kind on this, just so Michelle and Danny can see their beautiful faces.
I guess, dude. Whatever.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just listening to this, tune in every now and then. Go to YouTube. I mean, we have our clips and everything up there. But just watch the live thing. You can watch clips, like I just fucking said. Awesome. Let's see.
New clips.
The new clips with Adam Nighting. We have, let's see. Next week we have Steve Hofstetter. We have him from Steel City Arts Foundation.
Fun.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you guys that. We might be not doing it from here.
Yeah, if you could just shoot me a text
Yeah.
and let me know.
I think I've mentioned that we might be doing it from Steel City Arts Foundation.
That's
So,
kind of cool.
yeah, we'll find out.
Excited.
Yeah,
When is that?
next week.
Ah.
Yeah, they have a pretty awesome studio. And
Memorial
stuff.
Day?
So we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Okay.
We'll see. But So we have that. I mean, if you can't do it, you don't have to do it. But,
I have a patriotic cowboy hat. I will be wearing it next week.
yeah. Well, let's see what else. I have Millville Music Festival. Geez, I have a lot to talk about Millville Music Festival.
Yeah.
Let's see. First off, I'd like to thank Sarah Kramer for asking me to do it. It was an awesome time. I had a great time the entire time. Friday, the bands were awesome. Saturday, they were also awesome. But Friday, I think the bands were my favorite. There was Mother of Earl, which I never knew any of them. I've listened to their one EP like 6 times in a row. It's super good. I'll definitely tag them in this. I definitely highly recommend checking them out. But it was a star-studded event. We saw Hot Dog Eric. Cheech.
Ah, did you? How
Yeah.
was Hot Dog Eric, man?
He was, we saw Danny. Danny saw me with Hot Dog Eric.
Oh, that was your BFF.
Damn,
Yeah.
you met Hot Dog Eric.
I did not meet him. I saw him from a distance.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
I took
Yeah.
a photo.
You're lucky.
Hot Dog
Stay
Eric
it,
and the
stay
Meat
it.
Stick? Is that a new morning show?
Hot dog in the
What?
meat stick?
Oh my God, you
Oh my-
and Hot Dog Eric.
Please stop.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's
It's not.
We're gonna put a pin in that.
It
We're
is.
gonna come back to that,
It's
man.
not.
It
Is that a whole YouTube
It
Shorts?
is. It is. That's a TikTok.
We're
and
gonna
an
put a
Instagram.
pin in that for sure,
The
Danny.
whole
Story.
thing.
But yeah, who else was there? Randy Bauman and Jeff Fieldhouse.
Oh,
Yeah, they were all there.
Oh, yeah.
It's another one, seeing me perform before I see them perform. Funny thing.
Very
Like Ben Roethlisberger coming to my football game. Before I
Yeah.
went to one of his,
Hell
man.
yeah.
It's my favorite story. One of them, other than being called Chief.
Oh my god. It's a great tale.
Yeah, man, it is a great tale. But I did the stage at Grist House, and I can tell you, Conspiracy Tangle from there is Flavor Town. I don't know if you got to
What
try
was
that
it?
one. Conspiracy Tangle. It's a hazy IPA.
Oh, I could not get any beers because the lines were so long.
Yeah, yeah. They were pretty long.
So long.
I would have to
So
go
sad.
up. The bands would play for 40 minutes. I would announce the bands, talk, get in line just in time to get back to announce the next band.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart. That's utilizing your time.
Oh, yeah. I had enough time to pee and then go get another beer.
Nice.
And then while I was announcing them, I had to pee again. So, but yeah, so that was all awesome. Saturday night, we started wrapping up. I said goodnight to everybody. Went over to the Gap stage. Saw Gene the Werewolf. I don't know if you know them. They're a local band. They're awesome. Check them out. They're really, really, really good.
Okay.
I was happy I got to go over there. But I don't know what happened. I had a mental break or something, all this stress. I was stressed out the whole weekend because I put so much pressure on myself, and I'm full of anxiety even if it doesn't matter. I'm full, and the whole time driving, I didn't sleep or anything, and I'm just tired by the end of the night.
You were unwell.
Yeah.
You were
So I went
delusional.
over and I was ready to go to bed, and I'm watching this. So I leave and I'm getting ready to leave, and it's kind of trash. So I stayed and helped and cleaned up the cans and stuff in the area, and my phone's dying. So I walked back to my car to get my charger. So I got my charger, went back to clean up the rest of the cans. I didn't have an outlet or anything there. Or no, I did have an outlet because I got my phone on 3%. That's important.
Look at you.
Went back to my car was not there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it wasn't there. I'm not familiar with Millville, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
So I'm
walk down the
walking
road.
where I could have, well, no, I went to where the church was because I had to return my walkie-talkie. So I went up there, car's not there. So I opened my phone because it has my Bluetooth thing, it shows where my car is. And it showed it was at the opposite end. I was
my
like,
God.
what the hell? So I have to walk the whole way down to the end of Millville. My car's not there. I'm walking around. I'm like, I didn't park it here. I have no idea where it is. So then I see it and it's moving the opposite direction. So I'm like, oh my God, somebody stole my car. So I'm freaking out.
Was that a noise that you just made?
So my phone's dying. It's 1 a.m.
I'm trying not to
I'm
laugh at this.
I'm beyond tired. I don't even know where I am. And I just see the blue dot on my phone moving. I'm like, somebody's stealing my car. I don't know where I am. And I have no way to talk to anybody. So I call my fiance now, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know where I am. I don't know where my car is. My phone's about to die. And then I just start saying, I'm by a cemetery. There's a telephone pole, in case I get murdered. That's where to find my body. So my phone's about to die. I called the police in the area. They're like, where are you? I'm like, telephone pole. The same thing. And then the phone dies. Nothing.
Oh, no.
So I'm moving the opposite direction. That's where the car was. So I finally make the whole way up to the top of this hill. I'm probably 3 miles away now. I've had the charger in my pocket, so I found this fire station that I thought would have been open. I'm knocking on the door, nobody answers. But luckily, they had an outlet outside. So I plugged my phone in, enough to call a police officer about the stolen car. So they come and they drive past me, fucking leave me. So then I have to call again. I'm like, hey, I'm still here. And they're like, oh, yeah, you weren't there. I was like, I promise you I haven't moved. This isn't a joke. Like, this isn't my idea of fun. I'm still standing here. So, like, they came back and talked to me, and then they immediately got out and, like, patted me down for weapons. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, asking, they were like, did you drink tonight? And I was like, yeah, I drank a couple hours ago, but, like, I've been walking around and running for the last 3 hours. I'm exhausted. I just want to go home. And he was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, if you think I'm too drunk, then tell me right now. He's like, no, you seem okay. I could just smell something. And I was like, yeah, well, I was at the grist house thing hosting it all night. And I'm covered in beer because I was picking up beer cans the whole night, too. So he drove me back down, and I showed him my phone. I was like, this is a GPS. This is where it is. So we looked around. He called some other cop over. So now there's 2 cops and me looking for my car in this alley. This is like 2 a.m. and I just want to die.
Oh my god.
And we go back to the church because that's where I said it was, and he's like, I don't know what to do. So we did one more lap to where it was, and my car was just parked on the street there. And I was like, did I move my car and I don't remember? Oh my god. Because I had my charger, so I was like, did I move my car and then not think about it? Because I had just been drained.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the area and shit, and I was like, I was here yesterday too. And I parked there yesterday, and I did all this, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I don't know. He's like, do you think one of your friends could have moved it? And I was like, I don't think so. I have no idea. But when I get, I would murder you. But yeah, I'm thinking like, did I move it? Did I move it? I don't know. I was exhausted, and I just wanted to leave, but I found it, and the officer was super cool about it. I went to shake his hand, and he said no. And then he gave me a fist bump. He said, I can't shake on the job. I said, okay, cool. And then he gave me a fist bump because we were cool.
What a dick.
Yeah. He was cool, man. I could have...
No handshake, man.
I have 2
I
follow-up
guess.
questions.
Yes.
1, did he call you chief?
No.
Missed opportunity. 2.
Yeah. Well, I think chief means something different in the police officers.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
2, do you think somebody actually, like, was in your car? Like, was anything
Maybe
moved?
someone pranked you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a question.
We have a lot of questions.
Was your car closer to you?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know the streets.
Was it closer? Yeah, but do you feel like you had to walk less?
Cheech, at that point, I walked 48 miles. Like, I had no idea where I was.
Because I'm thinking that, yeah, maybe, like, when you got your charger, you're like, oh, yeah, I saw this space, and I'm going to move my car there.
I'm thinking that's
And
what
then-
had to have happened.
And then you forgot that whole thing
I
happened.
I
Because
guess.
that's a real possibility.
There is.
And then you're like, fuck, no fucking way I moved my car.
I think that must be what happened. But what fucked with me is because I went over there, and if the GPS thing wasn't moving, then I wouldn't have panicked and started running. But when I saw the blue dot moving, I was like, somebody's moving my car.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Were you the blue dot?
No, the blue dot was still...
That's a good question.
What I was gonna say is that, like, your phone was like dying, right?
Yeah.
So it's running behind a little bit, it's lagging, right? And you moved your car.
Yeah.
So your phone's trying to like catch up.
But where it said it
Figure out
was,
where
I
it
never
is.
parked there.
No, but what I'm saying is like I've seen it like jump around
Yeah.
like to places that I've never been either. But
But-
like it's just trying to relocate where it
I would agree with you, but when I
That's-
first did it, that's where
Yeah.
it said it was. Then it moved, and when I was back at that fucking fire station, it showed it back at the original spot. So it probably
Oh.
was moving, and then went back to that spot, but
Well,
I probably moved
shit, man.
quite a
Or-
few miles now.
You know, I'm
Activity.
just
Healing
so
activity.
happy that you have your car back.
Yeah, me too, man.
That's
That's a
the
good
bottom.
thing.
I've had such bad luck with cars, so
Samesies.
come see us at Rhythm and Brews on August 19th. And let's wrap it up that.
And we're
let's,
not driving there.
Yeah, let's do Beers of the Week so we can do Michelle's Bloody Marys.
I need a beer. I need a beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, this week we have Hazy IPA from Penn Brewery. Let's see what the ABV is on this bad boy. Can't see it. It's an IPA. Cheech, can you find it? Or Danny? We'll see which one of you guys can find it first. Whoever finds it first gets a gold star. But this is a Hazy IPA. Cheech, have you tried it?
Yeah.
Let's start with you and we'll go around.
No, it's really good. I am going to go. Whoops.
I mean, it is out of bounds.
Very good. I could drink a lot of these, but nothing stands out about it.
Okay, that's fair
I feel
enough.
like it's probably the ABV is probably on the 6-pack.
Yeah, it probably is.
It's not on the bottle.
That would make sense. It tastes like it's probably in the lower sixes.
That would
I'd
be
say
my
6.2.
guess. Yeah.
That's what my
Ballpark.
taste bud says.
I'm gonna say 6.4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it'll.
Oh, the aftertaste makes me feel like it might be a little
Maybe
stronger.
6.4.
We'll see, maybe.
We'll see after.
We'll see, man. Are we doing Prices Right style?
I feel like we are. Yeah.
Well, you went barely higher than
That's
me.
what, yeah,
I got a
was
very
thinking about
small
going-
window.
I was thinking about going 6.3.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with you.
I like that you went 6.4 because you acknowledge the douchery, but then
Yeah,
you go
no.
one step higher.
Yeah, I don't want.
It's like in Price is Right. You could go $5 higher, and it's essentially the same as going $1 higher.
But it's not as bad.
Yeah.
As going $1 higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michelle.
I kind of like this one for the same reason. He said there's really nothing like about it that's specifically good or bad.
Yeah.
I agree with him, and that's why I like it. It's
Oh,
not,
yeah?
It's not very skunky. I mean, I think it has a nice taste to it. I could definitely drink this one. And I like that it's made here in Pittsburgh, and I really like the label. It has the skyline of Pittsburgh on it.
Mhm.
In case you guys didn't notice it. Very nice.
Yeah, this is a little bit different than some of the other Penn Brewery ones. They kind of have the same kind of feel. This looks a little bit more modern.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when Jeremy came on, he said there was a new owner, a new guy running it. And this is the first time I've had or seen a hazy IPA from them at all. Danny, what are your thoughts? Or did you say, Michelle? Did you give it the rating?
What do you go?
The correct rating? I don't know what very good means, Michelle.
I'm gonna go shut the front door. Very, very good.
Okay, perfect. Now I understand. Danny.
I love a hazy IPA. They're my favorite. And this is really smooth. I feel like I could drink a lot of these. It's just good. And it's kind of like Cheech said, like there's nothing like outstanding like as far as flavor, but I kind of like that. And
Yeah.
some
Just
hazies
okay.
can get a little wild. I know, I'm kind of copying. I'm sorry. But like, no, it's just a really smooth hazy IPA. I really like it. I would drink a lot of these and I would buy it. Shut the front door.
Oh. I would have to agree with Cheech. No, okay.
Thanks, buddy.
It doesn't really stand out, and I
Thank
like
you,
it because
guys.
of that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm glad
I-
that I set the precedent.
I do like it, and I get what you're saying. It's a milder flavor. There's a little bit of something that's left on the palate at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit on the outside of my
There's
tongue,
also
Cheech.
something left to be had, though.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what makes me think it's only 6.2, Cheech.
I heard that. It
We'll
might
see,
be the
man.
margaritas, man. Like I've had.
I'm surprised it doesn't taste like nothing to you then. Well, I guess look at that bottle. Hold that up. How classy is that?
I love
Today's
it.
episode is sponsored by Jose Cuervo.
No.
It's Danny's
no,
meat
my
stick.
meat stick.
You could garnish your
Meat
Cuervo
stick
with Danny's
sponsored.
meat stick.
What'd you say, Chris?
Have a little chorizo or something. I don't know.
No fucking doubt.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let's go with. I'm going to shut the front door.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, and not to hate on Penn Brewery, I don't, but they were never really my favorite. They had like a good dark beer, but they didn't have, IPAs. I like a hazy IPA, like I said. This is something newer from them, and I really like it. Yeah, shut the front door for sure.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, you want to do, we'll get into our next drink now. Jeez, we can go from margarita to beer. What is it, beer before liquor, or?
I don't know.
Liquor
Yeah.
before beer, you're in the clear.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm not in the clear.
None of that shit ever
Well,
made
Bloody
sense.
Mary's for
Drink what you
after
want.
all the liquor.
That's true. That's your pick me up the next day.
It is. Recovery drink.
Mm-hmm.
Or the let's keep going drink.
Yeah.
Let's keep growing drink probably, more likely.
For me, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right, Michelle. Let's. So you're doing what? The top margaritas, Bloody Marys
I'm
around
talking about Bloody
Pittsburgh.
Marys around Pittsburgh. I mean, I tried to find a little bit of history because I like to throw that in there in the beginning, but there really wasn't very much history on Bloody Marys and where they originated. So just in a nutshell, like in the 1920s and 1930s, they started throwing tomato juice together with either gin, vodka, or tequila, and they shook it in a shaker like a martini type thing, and they noticed that maybe it helped improve their mood after drinking too much. But there are lots of people who take credit for it, and then over years they started putting Worcestershire sauce in it and pepper and different spices to make it spicier, and that's where we've evolved to have Bloody Marys today. Now, right before COVID, there were so many great Bloody Marys in Pittsburgh, Bloody Mary bars. Like Meat and Potatoes had one where you could go in, they had all the skewers, they had all the spices, you just put them in the cup what you wanted, it was one price. That's so crazy. The Commodore
No,
had one.
it's better than I thought.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
The Commodore had one, the Yard downtown had one, and COVID pretty much kiboshed all that. So just recently, like within the last year and a half or so, the Bloody Marys are starting to come back, but they're making them, and they're making them large and fancy, and they're trying to make it almost like a destination, so people are traveling to get to these Bloody Marys. So I just picked out some of the better ones in the area that I tried, and I'm going to share them with you guys, and then...
Sorry, I'm just chewing celery into the microphone.
I know. I'm like trying to like eat this.
I thought I heard him chew it too. So, are we going to start with one picture?
Yeah, I mean, those are all of them there. So I have number 10, or the first one that you have is in the top left.
So, the first place is in Weirton, West Virginia. The place is named Smackin' Axes instead of Smackin' Asses,
Ooh.
which is how I read it the first time, so I thought that was kind of funny. But Smackin' Axes, it's like a grill and bar.
Yeah.
And they do their Bloody Marys on a weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, and for people who aren't watching, they stack on top of a mason jar like a quarter of a hoagie sandwich. They've got pierogies on a stick. There are a couple of shrimp in the jar, along with some pepperoncini and maybe a charcuterie stick, which has like cheese and ham and pickles and stuff. And I know Cheech is just dying to say something right now. But
Shaking his head.
But you know, these go on the weekends, and they're very popular. People come in from all over just to go to Weirton. That's about 30 minutes outside of Robinson for that one.
Yeah, that one. I always love the peppers and stuff. The shrimp makes sense to me when you get to too many sandwiches.
See, I like the sandwiches. I kind of think it's fun because whenever I used to travel to California a lot for work, they had these all over the place, and they would have like a whole barbecue sliders like on a stick on top of it.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just so fun because you're going, it's like lunch.
Put
Yeah.
the food on the plate! Put
There it
the
is.
food on the fucking plate!
There it
And
is.
the drink in the glass!
Tell me what you really think there.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck,
Well, I mean,
man.
you can't drink it like that, obviously. They do bring you a plate. And then,
So just put it on the plate!
but look how fancy it
It's
looks.
the
It
aesthetic,
doesn't look.
Cheech. It's
it
the
doesn't-
aesthetic.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look fancy. It
It's
looks
fun.
like a fucking mess.
It's fun.
It's
No,
fun
it's
to
not
see.
fun.
It's
fun
Fuck
for
all
people.
of you.
It is.
Wow.
It
It's
is fun.
terrible.
It is fun. So, well, you're gonna be so disappointed.
But it does
in my
exist,
drink.
so let's
Exactly.
rank them.
Unfortunately.
So we're gonna go down to the one that has the onion ring on top. So where people can't. That's a City Works down in Market Square, and it's a little less assuming than the other ones. But I wanted to throw it in just because they're trying to put it together. It has a piece of a baguette, a fresh baguette on there. There's prosciutto. There's a little piece cheese on there. There's a cucumber. There's an onion ring on top. Which an onion ring makes everything better in my opinion.
It does.
And they have a nice house-made blend. And I love the salted rib on that one. And, it's the salt. In the old days, they said, this is why it's good for a hangover is the vegetable base and the actual drink mix is good for your stomach, to settle your stomach. And the salt from the salt in the rim will raise your electrolytes if you're dehydrated from drinking all night.
Oh.
And then the alcohol will numb the pain. So if you have a headache or body aches from drinking too much, the alcohol will actually take away a headache, perhaps, get you ready for drinking for the rest of the day. So, keep on going.
Hair of the dog, man.
It's the remedy.
They put any of
It's the
the,
perfect drink.
do they
It
put
is.
black pepper in the salt rim? I feel like
Not
that would be
that
a
one,
nice
but that would be really good. A pretty common one would be like Old Bay spices or seasoning.
Well, do they do that in the crab one I see?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
and the one with the hamburger as well. So they would
Okay.
do like the Old Bay. It goes really well with the Bloody Mary. So the one with the hamburger at the top. This is the historic Stonehouse in Farmington, Pennsylvania. This bartender out there, she's super innovative. She's trying to bring people like me in, not she's not trying to bring cheese in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show up to her establishment if it
Cheech
fucking
would
mattered.
turn his
Oh
nose
my
right up.
God.
Oh my god.
Fuck that.
Whatever.
Yeah, man.
And you see on the table, we did get other food at the historic Stonehouse because the food there is pretty good. But this day, she had a burger. There's a fried cheese stick on top of there, a chicken nugget, along with some olives and a pickle. Quit nodding your head at me.
It's not at you,
No.
Michelle. It's not at you. It's at these people.
I'm the people.
No, you're not. No, you didn't do it.
They don't use a house-made mix there, though. They use one that's called Zang Zang. And I recognize it right away. And I really like that mix, too. So, like, if you're looking for a one off the shelf, you can get it in a can. It comes in a 6-pack. You don't have to open an entire bottle for that. You can just open one can at a time, so you don't have to worry about wasting it. The one that has 2 glasses there going down, so on the Bedford Springs Hotel, which is a little bit of a hike. It's a historic
just
hotel.
there.
I love it.
I love it. It's beautiful.
What?
I was just there
That's so weird.
last weekend.
No, you don't have to be a guest there to enjoy the Bloody Mary bar. So we went a few months back.
Danny's like, yeah, I just went to the bar
I just
last
went to the
weekend.
bar.
I spent the night.
I like it there.
Hell yeah.
It's
One of my
beautiful.
favorite places.
Oh yeah.
But they had just started a Bloody Mary bar, and this is actual Bloody Mary bar where you make it yourself. Because I have some experience looking at these things, we knew exactly what to do. You get a giant piece of celery, get a sturdy piece, and then you stick your skewers in the celery so they don't go flopping out of the cup. So I think it was like $15 for the Bloody Mary, and then the toppings were all you could put on there. Well, they were staring at us like, oh my god, like they probably raised the price after we left because everyone was watching like, how are they doing that? Like, why is there? Everyone else had like a piece of cheese or like a piece of celery. We had like everything on there, including
And
they
all
had
these civil
eggs.
engineers all of a sudden putting
Yeah,
together
exactly.
this thing on top of
But I have no doubt
glass.
that they either raised the price on that or shut it down for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
The one with the crab legs is at the Ohio House Cafe.
Yeah.
It's at Ohio State Park, and she was one of the first ones after COVID to start bringing back the Bloody Marys and like trying to bring people together. She has this great outside seating area that's covered and picnic tables, and she would do a different Bloody Mary every Sunday, and she usually posted on Facebook in advance. So if people want to know what it is, like if you don't want a bunch of crab legs and you want something else, you just wait until she posts the one that she has. This one in particular, I did not eat that, but I did take the picture. She had 3 different sizes. They were $15 to $35.
I was just gonna ask what was the most
Yeah.
expensive one
This
you
was
saw.
the $35 one here. They had on display. Like I said, I don't really like crab myself, but I want to take the picture, and she had it there on display. But it had like a sidecar of dipping sauce. There were scallops on there, hush puppies.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It was chicken nuggets again on that one. And I can't even count how many crab legs are on that thing. And Cheech's face is just all sour over there. I can see his face.
It's just so
Literally.
it's so fucking dumb to me. I don't understand. I don't know, man.
But she's really worth checking out because if you like the park, Ohio Powell's a nice park anyways. You can take the family out there, and she'll post that on her page. Like this past week, she had mac and cheese sidecars, and like charcuterie, and it was a little more tamed down.
Oh, you mean it came in a bowl on the side?
It came in a little
Like
side.
in a
Like, see,
plate?
well, they have,
Little
like,
sidecar. It's so cute.
See how it has a little thing
Oh,
hanging
yeah,
off?
yeah.
So like mac and cheese was in that last week.
Yeah, so like its own thing.
Whatever.
Fun sucker.
I know, right? Oh gosh. So we're gonna scroll it down. So you see the one with the vial and the glass. So there's another picture here. We didn't get this loaded up, but at Mediterra Cafe, which is located in Swickley, and there's one in Mount Lebanon. And a few years back, they started introducing like some pretty innovative drinks, and they have some pretty good food to boot. But they bring you out the.
Is it on that one?
Is it on there?
I mean, yeah,
Maybe I can
you
send
can't
it.
see that.
But the ice cubes are frozen. I don't know if you can see inside the glass, but they freeze the Bloody Mary mix into square ice cubes.
Oh,
And they
okay.
serve it to you that way. So they serve you with the vial of Bloody Mary mix along with a cup with your square ice cubes. And then they give you the sidecar of whatever alcohol you want with the lemon and lime. So you can make it the way you want. And I mean, when I showed these pictures to my friends, that was the one everyone was most interested in because it came as such a cute little presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you could pour it over top of the ice cubes, and it wasn't very fancy, so Cheech might swim better. You just came with some olives and some lemon and lime, which is traditional for a Bloody Mary. And they make their mix there in the house.
What's
There you
around
go.
the rim?
It was an Old Bay, like an Old Bay
Oh,
sauce.
nice.
Yes.
It's really red.
Yeah.
It's really one of my favorites. And the fun thing about going to Mediterranean and getting that is that people don't know it exists because their menu for cocktails isn't that it doesn't have a good explanation. So when they bring it out to you, it's like in pieces, and you can like pour your own stuff in there. Everyone's like, oh wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna get that next time. But it's nice to get. They also do a deconstructed latte there as well with the same thing, coffee ice cubes.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
I was just there this morning. They do.
Really?
Yeah, they do some good shit there.
Yeah, they're in Swickley, right?
Yeah.
And they have great food, great bread, great pizza.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Swickley is the same as Mount Lebanon, and now they have a little marketplace as well. To move down to the next one, there's a Bloody Mary here that has a giant pretzel on top of it. It does have a couple of shrimp, bacon, celery, and then a charcuterie stick. This is from Yinzer Valley Farms. It's a small place out in Mount Pleasant. It's an entertainment venue, but on Sundays they have music and they have Bloody Marys.
Ooh.
Sometimes they have a pizza bar. Sometimes there's food trucks. They had a nice thing this week where they had vendors come out, which is I think they do once a month in the summertime. But there was probably 150 people in line to get this Bloody Mary. And this was a deluxe one with the pretzel and the shrimp. You could have got the plain version, along. It just had the celery, and we didn't have a plate.
What
so
else do you need? You know?
Well, what other thing would have complimented that one is maybe like a little side of like beer cheese, a little
Ooh,
side bar
yeah.
beer cheese or something like that. But it was very good. I definitely am going back out there again. Very, like I said, family friendly. You can bring your own snacks in, but there's no reason to whenever you have your snack on top of your drink.
I mean, why wouldn't you just put the beer cheese in the Bloody Mary? I mean, you're already there.
Hey,
with all the other
I'm
things,
down. I'm fine with that.
I would
actually.
totally have a cheese Bloody Mary.
Cheese, yeah.
I mean, I'll just
Like
drink
nacho cheese mixed
Yeah.
with, I don't know,
Dump a little bit of feta or something, like chunky
just
feta.
a little bit of rum maybe. Some rum and nacho cheese. That would be so good.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
I put cheese in my ramen. But anyways,
Well,
that's a whole
ramen
nother
would be good
show.
too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, so moving right
And
along.
cheesy ramen.
I
Yeah,
love
fuck
cheesy
yeah.
ramen. I
Fuck
love
yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
it's
All
such a
up in
thing.
there.
It's
Yeah.
such a thing. It has to be melty cheese, like Velveeta or
Oh my
like
God.
Like
slices.
throw an egg in there too.
And egg,
while
oh,
you're
yeah.
doing
And
it.
green
Yeah,
onions.
Sure. Why
Oh
not?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Now
You
listen,
know, you know, Chris loves a
I
good
know, right?
scallop.
I would love to watch the video of when you said green onion just to see my head
You
snap.
did that too. You were like, oh my god, Bloody Mary, another Bloody Mary. Oh snap!
What are you fucking
Green
saying?
onions, green onions.
Ah!
So then
Literally.
we're coming down to the one with the crab on top. So this is from Luke Woolley's Alaskan Grill.
I think this one looks cool.
And
That's
I think we
nice.
brought this picture in once.
I like the
before.
crab eyes looking.
It's so cute, right? And
Yeah.
I mean that's a.
I like to
soft
look cute before I inhale it.
That's a soft shell crab, so you can eat the whole thing. It's lightly breaded. There's a pickle in there. That little eyeballs on the crab are cute.
Oh, yeah.
There was a fair amount of meat there.
Cheech is getting up there, man.
That's pixels, man.
I know. It's like
Hi.
Minecraft at this point.
They do have another one there that just has shrimp on it. You can get a plain Bloody Mary there as well. But this one's so cute. I think people, even from out of town, come just to get this so they can take a picture of it.
Yeah.
So cute.
It is super, super cute.
Where is that again? Is that in the strip
It's
district?
in the strip district, yeah. And I've never had a reservation to walk in there. You can make one, but usually in the morning, if you're down there doing your strip district stuff,
Yeah.
you can just walk right in.
Okay.
So my favorite one so far, it was 12 Whiskey Barbecue.
Yeah.
And I just did that one over the weekend. And I've been trying to get down there for weeks. And I went down there for Mother's Day and I had like a really frustrating experience because they were so busy. But I never imagined as a bar that they would be so busy. And I was completely correct. So when I went this weekend,
Yeah.
there was nobody there except for me and 6 or 7 other people. But everybody had this Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a chef-made tomato base for the Bloody Mary. This mason jar, you can't even tell how big it is, but it's literally a 10-inch mason jar. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
large. And inside that was a whole burger patty, a house-made burger patty,
Okay.
an entire toasted cheese cut in she's just shaking his head. Entire toasted cheese sandwich cut into quarters. There was 2 provolone or mozzarella wedges that were breaded there. And if you flip it around, which I don't know if we have that picture, but there were also a skewer of chicken nuggets,
Ugh.
waffle fries, and then there were
I'm with Cheech on this one. Like, there's a
Like,
certain
bro,
point.
that feeds a family of 6.
Yeah.
Put it on a fucking plate.
I think if you can't drink it as it is, then you can't put it on it.
yeah, you guys are no fun.
No,
I know.
Fucking stupid, man.
at that point, it's no longer a drink if you can't drink it.
Well, this is a tourist attraction because people
Yeah.
there. Because I was talking to the bartender and he's like, everybody at the bar came just to get this drink.
I'm not saying they shouldn't exist. I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
But at a certain,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
yeah, maybe it is more of an appetizer than a drink.
It's fun.
It's an
It was-
appetizer
it was
that has
a
Bloody
An
Mary with.
appetizer and a fucking drink. That's all I'm saying.
It
Why
was-
do that when you can do both at once?
Yeah, right?
Dude, you're wasting so many dishes. That's how that started. Some
Because
cheap
you
guy.
get the back of the house incorporated with the front of the house, and that is fucked.
Sometimes
That
two worlds
doesn't
have to collide.
work.
Yeah.
No, that is not the industry that I know and love.
Oh my gosh.
We are 2 separate
Piss
houses.
them off.
That's
Oh my
funny.
god.
Fuck that.
Well, the front of the house is always picking up the rear.
Oh, I'm sure. you are, you
Front of the
pieces
house,
fucking
always.
shit.
I just said
Yeah.
everyone want to watch me piss them off.
Come on, come verbally mod your order again, please. You fucking dick. Just fucking write it on the ticket.
Yeah.
Get it right the first
I
time.
know, man. Memory's hard.
Use a fucking notepad. That's why they exist.
You have to sweet talk the back of the house.
Yeah.
Is that
I'm
what
not a.
it is?
I'm an asshole. Don't work for me.
Medium rare is just too hard to hit. Cheech, or what's number one? Do you
So-
still have number one?
So number one is necessarily one you're going to get out. So I don't know if you can see. So Pittsburgh Pickle Company makes their own Bloody Mary mix here in
Okay.
town.
Is that what we're drinking
This
right
is
now?
what we're drinking
It's
right now.
good.
I
Oh
made
my
cute little
God.
Bloody Marys for everybody, but this is called their Briny Mary. It's award winning, and this is what I use whenever I'm making Bloody Marys at home because I'm not always going out and drinking a bunch of stuff out in the town. Sometimes I just like to make it at home.
Yeah.
The ratio I like to use is half and half.
So they have like Bloody Mary growlers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Well,
I
it's
look like
just
that.
the mix, right?
It's
It's
ju-
not
it's
like.
just- it's
Oh, okay. I thought you could get.
It's not like the Jose
Yeah.
Cuervo margarita mix.
You see, there's
I-
nothing. All you do with the margarita is the lime, Cheech.
So you have to
You don't
activate
even
it.
need to.
You don't even need to put a
Pour
burrito
it
in
over
it.
ice.
All you have to do
Yeah,
is
man.
add the Tito's or whatever vodka. So all you have to do is add the vodka
Yeah.
or the gin or whatever you guys want. Tequila.
That stuff is really good.
It's
It is
very
good.
good. It's award winning. They win awards year after year. They put pickle brine in, as it's called, Briny Mary, in the mix.
Yeah.
They're actually sponsoring this drink we're having today that I made you guys.
So good.
Yeah, it's
And
delicious.
I had the Tito's on that. So between Tito's and the Briny Mary mix, Pittsburgh Pickle Company is going to offer a giveaway. So they're making a little gift package for me to give away to one of your listeners
Oh.
on Instagram sometime this week. So they're going to put together the Briny Mary. They're going to put together some of their pickles, and they're going to mail it to one
Who'd you do,
person. So I know. So, but
It's
post
ASMR, bro.
I'm trying to wait.
But it's directly into it. I'm like
I
doing
know.
right into the.
Anyway, so they're going to put a little package together, and I'm going to post that later on my Instagram page at Pittsburgh Foodie Girls. So you want to go ahead and give me a follow, and there will be rules on how to win that, and they'll send it right to your door if you win. So
That's awesome.
That stuff is really good. I didn't know that they were doing all that. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
That stuff is really good.
And if Cheech doesn't like something, he's normally
You think?
he
Yeah.
normally doesn't want to
You'll
pipe
know.
I'll
up.
let you fucking know.
You'll
bud.
know.
God, that's
At the expense of everything, he'll let you know.
very good.
Why not?
Yeah. All right. Michelle, do you have any idea what you might be doing next month? Or is that something people can just listen for?
So, I'm thinking that we're going to be doing like outside dining.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
like,
Okay.
or maybe breweries and meat houses with a standalone kitchen.
Yeah.
So like Centerlands has an awesome kitchen. Pittsburgh Sandwich Society is affiliated with one of the breweries, and they have an awesome kitchen. Just something like that, so you can sit outside and have some beer and have some.
Yeah.
Hey, we got an awesome kitchen at the hotel.
Are you inviting me down? Are you guys gonna invite me down?
I'm inviting you down right now if you'd
Okay.
like to.
I will,
No,
definitely.
I have an outside kitchen. I do all of our Mexican food outside
Okay.
at the bar. So yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
you got to do.
I think you should stop. I'm
Yeah.
interested to hear.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
down.
I'd love you to.
I
For
will.
real. Yeah, I'll
So-
take care of your meal and your drinks and everything. Come on down.
Okay, I'll be down
Yeah.
for sure. We'll make a plan.
Yeah, let me know. We'll
Great.
make this work.
All right. We'll have to tune in and see
Ooh.
Michelle's review
Oh, yeah. I
of
want you
Rosas
to eat-
Cantina.
I want you to eat the Mexican
Yeah.
food. I want you to drink margaritas, have a good time. It's no Jose Cuervo.
He doesn't want to build it
They're
up.
pretty good. I'll give you that. So.
I know your pictures are good. I follow his pictures too, and the food always looks
No,
amazing.
no, you ought to come down. It'd be a good time.
Okay, I'm coming
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
All right then. Well, then we'll have to tune in for that. But let's take a quick break and come back with Jeff.